I'm Todd Grisham, and every fighter wants to say at least once they fought at Brooklyn Hall. And here we are. Alongside me, Johnny Nelson.
You tried to give me the slip, didn't you, my friend? There was no way I was going to miss this.
It's time for our tale of the tape. Robin Reid weighing in at 159 pounds with a 76-inch reach. And he'll be facing St. George Groves. This former super middleweight world champion stands 6 foot tall with a reach of 183.
Talk about hot seats in the house. I am so lucky to be sat where I am watching this fight live. I can tell my grandkids about this.
Robin Grim Reaper Reid, a former 2-time super middleweight world champion and a bronze medalist from the 1992 Summer Olympics. St. George Groves. This London, England native always brings the pain. He's a former super middleweight world champion and still believes he can get back on top.
I'm so excited for this fight. There is no nonsense here.
This bout is scheduled for 6 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner, from Runcorn, England, here is a super middleweight champion of the world, the Reaper Man, Robin Reid. Fighting out of the blue corner, a European, British, and Commonwealth super middleweight title holder, from London, England, a super middleweight champion of the world, St. George Groves.
All the talking has been done. It's time to start doing the walking.
Listen, when you've got 2 people that want to fight, 2 fighters that really dislike each other, you're going to get more than a fight.
Thousands of fans here in attendance tonight, but when the bell rings, there will only be 2 that we're talking about. Great to have you with us for this all-action affair. We expect big things, and I don't think we're going to be disappointed. Straight right just misses. Nice counter shot. Caution is being thrown to the wind. Big hook doesn't land. Beautiful counter punch. A lot of pre-match drama. Who could forget what we saw yesterday at the weigh-in, fighting at the bit to get it on in this historic venue.
Todd, I love theatres. For all these reasons, you can hear everybody in the crowd. You can hear the punches. The punches actually echo. If you're that fighter coming in and you know you're in such an intense atmosphere, you know the pressure is going to be on.
One moment changes everything, especially in this division. Straight right just misses. Halfway through the round, and there's not a lot separating these 2.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. How about that time counter shot? The perfect counter lands. Nice counter punch right up the middle. We'll keep an eye on this slugger. As you know, he's willing to take 3 to give 1. That's his game plan, and it's worked out pretty well for him so far.
Sluggers just want to mow you down. They want to walk straight through as though you do not exist. You've got to be fit for this one.
Those counter punches have to hurt. Great both want the knockout. Well done with that counter shot. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Reid in that last round. Pretty dominant round there. Let's see how they respond here in the next round.
As long as they don't get complacent, you think this is too easy. If they keep this same kind of pace up, they've got this fight.
Back into the fight that round. That's his round.
And there's the bell to start round two. Last round, complete domination. Let's see what we have in store for us here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
And he just missed with that left jab. Just missed with that hook. That counter shot lands. The only fear you have with this fighter is, has he punched himself out? Beautiful counter shot. Right uppercut just off target. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. That uppercut can't get through. A little bit closer than I think a lot of people thought.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
He got out of the way of that right hook. Nice counter shot. Punch, counter punch. And he scores with the counter. Swing and a miss with the hook. What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym, you can do it in a fight. You've got to relax.
And he caught George Groves big there. Back into the fray.
Defense, defense, defense is everything because they got...
Whoa, Johnny! George Groves stumbling backwards. George Groves, he's seeing stars. Let's talk about Reid in that last round. Well, we know they've got the advantage so far, but how does this match get turned around?
You can't leave it up to the judges. It's up to you as the fighter, and the cornerman's got to put a firecracker on that fight to get out there and get the job done.
Stay focused.
And there's the bell to start round three. That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. It's knockout or bust for both of these fighters. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. The body shots aren't as flashy, but sometimes they're more damaging. You've heard the phrase, finding a second win. I don't think I need to tell you which one of these fighters needs to find it.
Now this is about desire. This is about character. This is about want.
Robin Reid needs to get out of jail and quick. A much better game plan here.
Green Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
He needs to be careful not to punch himself out. Both of these, he couldn't take it anymore. And down goes St. George. Oh my goodness. I want to see that one more time.
You're right, Todd. What a shot.
The referee says we will fight on. Not sure about this one.
Todd, he's up. I'll be surprised if he makes it back to the corner. And if he does, will he get back up from the stool again? That was a shot.
There's a counter shot. Insane action. This fighter's sort of the death by 1,000 paper cuts approach. He'll hit you 1,000 times before you can land one.
This can be so frustrating when you're under such a fast fighter that can throw 3-4 shot combinations before you've even let one off. That creates frustration, and that's when it gets hard.
A perfect counter shot. That counter punch caught him clean. Catch and shoot. Final 10 seconds here, and the corner better get warmed up. They've got some work to do. Let's talk about Rose in that last round. He's been knocked down, but at least not knocked out yet.
Can make or break a fighter.
Good work. Don't forget the jab and don't get carried away.
There's the bell for round 4. His eyes look pretty clear here, Johnny. How do you think he's going to do after being knocked down in the last round?
What a knockdown. 1 minute, you need 1 hour to get over a shot like that. Now it's down to conditioning. Now it's down to mental strength and preparation. It's how you are going to deal with this.
The straight right just misses. Nobody home with that hook. The straight right just misses. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
Let me explain to you about a fast fighter that's got hand speed and footwork. They're relaxed. They're confident. They know they just have to quick burst, boom. In a split second, they've let 4 shots go. Their footwork has got them out of the way. And these guys are so relaxed. And that's why they can maintain this all the way through a fight.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Good counter punch. Big swing and a miss with the hook. A very competitive round here so far.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
They exchange punches. Throws the jab, but it doesn't score. He threw a punch and just got countered. Straight right just misses. Good counter punching. We both know who the bigger power puncher is. There's a significant power difference How would you handle that?
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, you gotta think him. You just...
Whoa, did you see that? Give me just a second here, Johnny. Oh, no. Robin Reid in some serious trouble. Nice counter. Big hook. Good thing it didn't land. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Reid in that last round. After what we saw in that last round, it's pretty obvious who has the advantage here.
I seriously hope the judges kept their eye on this fight, because if they haven't, there's going to be absolute uproar.
What are you doing? You're starting to make me...
Gotta be smart.
Things are starting to heat up now as we enter the fifth. Well, Johnny, can he keep the momentum going after that last huge round for him?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything worked. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing, because you've won that hands down.
Nice counter punch. Which fighter will say no mas? Failing to score with that right hook. You've got someone with the hand speed that this fighter possesses. How do you deal with it?
So you're getting in there with someone that's so fast, you're prepared to take a licking, because you've got to get some before you get in close.
You can see the heavy breathing, but that's not slowing him down. The straight right just misses. Energy and endurance are not an issue for this fighter, who continues to be aggressive as the rounds wear on.
Sometimes when you have a fight, the best way to beat a fight is not give them what they want, because they want to get you there. They want you to stand there toe-to-toe with them and have a tell. That's what they do in the gym every single day of the week. What you've got to do is you've got to frustrate them as they set their shots. Get out of the way, and they'll get so angry, so frustrated, because they can't work.
Some real good back and forth between these two fighters.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Good counter punch. The straight right just misses. He's putting the pedal to the metal, but has to be careful that he doesn't run out of gas. Out of the way of that right hook. Good counter punching. So much bruising. Will the referee stop this fight?
Are you all right? Are you okay?
So time back in. Let's keep fighting. Very close round with Let's talk about Rose in that last round. How much
Jab slip.
This is the beginning of round 6. How much do they have left in the tank after that last round?
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
Well, just a couple rounds left, Johnny. What's your assessment so far?
The middleweights are the best you can ever come across. Obviously, the glamour weight is a heavyweight, but the middleweight is the size of the average man or woman. When you get in there and you're letting the shots go, you've got power, you've got speed, you've got pace. You can stand, you can dance, you can do everything. We can look back in history. You know the amazing fights at middleweight are ridiculous. That is what writes our history books.
holding nothing back here in the round. Robin Reid may get knocked out here. How did they survive that?
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
That left hook won't score. We're at the halfway point, and both of these fighters know the round is still up for grabs.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Oh, George Groves finally crumbles to the canvas, and he dropped him. The perfect sniper shot. Let's watch it again one more time.
Shot from the gods, they say. A shot from the gods.
The referee deems they can continue, but this might be a big mistake.
Well, now it's about getting back to the corner, freshen up, get new instructions given to you, and they've got to G you up. They've got to tell you what you're doing wrong and what you're doing right.
The perfect counter lands. His stamina is off the charts. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. And he scores with the counter. They're happy this round's coming to an end. 10 seconds left. And it's just too much for the Grim Reaper. Cue up the replay machine. I have got to see that again.
A shot from the gods took him out.
And that's it, a unanimous decision win.
They've done it before, now they're doing it again, and look what's happened. A unanimous decision. What a way, what tactics, what a game plan. What a result.